you see that? That's a real mower. I got a real mower. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Mike. This is Mike's Home and Garden. And if this is your first time here and you want to learn about lawn care, boost your curb appeal, and do other home improvement projects, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss out. So I finally succumbed to the peer pressure. Everyone on YouTube does it. Everyone cuts their lawn with the reel mower. At least it seems that way. Every time I turn on YouTube, someone else is going from rotary to reel or from manual reel to a motorized reel. Either way, here I am. I succumb to the peer pressure. But the reality is, the type of look I want with this bluemuda really necessitates using a reel mower. There's a few differences between a reel and a rotary mower that make it a better cut when you're trying to cut low. Now stick around to the end because I want to go over some of those differences to see if it would be right for you in your scenario. But first I want to do my first pass on this front yard and see what I think about using a reel mower. For a first pass, that is really smooth. It's taking a little bit off the top of the grass, but not too much. It really confirms that the rotary mower is at about 1.5 inches. This is only taking maybe a 1/2 inch off. It did come with a grass catcher. I'm probably going to use that because I'm still seeing some germination. I don't want the grass to be crushed by any of the clippings or to block out any sunlight as those bluegrass seedlings are germinating. But it's pretty cool. Let's keep going. The grass is it's great. It really is giving me the cut that I want on this bluemuda, which is a very low cut, and it's cleanly cutting it. It's not doing what a rotary mower does, even with a sharp blade, where it somewhat tears the grass. You always see some jagged edges on the tip of the grass, even with a sharp blade on a rotary. With this, it's just like a pair of scissors, like the idea behind it is. It cleanly cuts the blade of grass as the reel spins against the bed knife. One downfall though, and I think Ryan Norris talked about this on his channel with manual reel mowers, because you can't get the blades to spin fast enough, cutting really low, you do get kind of a washboard effect on the grass. I'm hoping that making multiple passes will avoid that being there permanently. It's not that bad, and to the untrained eye, it's not noticeable, but I do see it happening in some areas on the bluemuda. Another thing to consider is your lawn needs to be relatively level for this mower type to be effective. Now my front lawn does have some bumps in it. It's something I want to address next season, but overall it's okay. My backyard is much more level. There's some low spots where I'm having some seed germination issues because of water laying there during rain, but overall it's much flatter, so I'm going to be excited to try this back there. So now that I've given my first impressions on giving the reel mower its first pass on my lawn, let's talk about when you would want to use a rotary versus a reel mower. This is important information because if you're watching YouTube, you recognize a lot of lawn care guys are using reel mowers on their lawn. Many of them using motorized reel mowers, but nonetheless, your scenario might be different. So the first one is the cut. So a rotary mower cuts by the blade spinning under the mower, and it sucks the grass up and chops it. It's really as simple as that. I mentioned when I was talking about the quality of cut that I have noticed that there's no jagged edges with the reel mower. The rotary mower, even with the sharp blade, somewhat tears the grass, and so that can leave it susceptible to disease or damage. Now, a very sharp blade, you really don't have this issue, but as blades get dull, and if you don't keep on top of sharpening it, that can be an issue that opens up with a rotary mower. A reel mower, because the bed knife and reel cut like scissors, creates a much cleaner cut, and it doesn't require sharpening as often as a rotary mower. So if you're looking at wanting a cleaner cut, the reel mower, whether manual or motorized, is the way to go. One thing to consider though is your grass type. If you have a grass type in a southern area of the country, like say St. Augustine, that requires a higher height of cut, but also is a very thick, dense bladed grass, the rotary mower is going to be your best bet because it can handle that type of grass. A reel mower cutting that high and with that thick of a blade of grass isn't going to give you the quality cut that you would get further north with a cool season variety. Now, with the reel mower, if you have bluegrass, ryegrass, fescue, Bermuda, more of the finer bladed grasses, whether cool or warm season, the reel mower will do a great job at cutting through those. Now, keep in mind in terms of height of cut, I would say just based on research and then also now experience using it today, keeping the height of cut with a reel mower at a mid to low range would be opportune. I've seen some reviews, and I haven't personally tried it because I don't have that tall of grass, but reel mowers don't do that great at high heights of cut. So if you have a cool season variety of grass and you want a high height of cut on it, consider the rotary mower. Next thing you want to consider is how your lawn is leveled. Reel mowers need a very level lawn. Now my lawn's not that level. It did okay, but there are some areas where it probably scalped. I mean, looking across the lawn right now, there's a few areas out there that probably scalped because of the reel mower. Some was there because of the rotary, because I was trying to cut really low with the rotary, and being uneven, the rotary mower will definitely scalp some areas. But a reel mower, you got to have a somewhat level lawn. My backyard is very level. The front yard's a little more bumpy, and that's something I want to address next season. But that's something to look at in your lawn. How level is it? Is it bumpy or not? If it's really bumpy or you have a lot of undulations or elevation changes, you might want to consider a rotary mower unless you're looking at leveling in the future. But with the rotary mower, with a bumpy lawn and you want to cut low, you will experience some scalping issues. And that is something to think about. If you have a bumpy lawn, you may have to have a higher height of cut until you're able to address the issue. So if you're looking for a low height of cut with a finer blade, warm or cool season grass, and a somewhat level lawn, a reel mower is a great way to go. Hey guys, I'm working on editing the footage that you're watching right now on YouTube, and I realized talking about rotary and reel mowers that I forgot one important point I wanted to call out when I was outside, and that is with new seeding projects. If you're doing a new seeding project, it's really important with those first few mows to be very careful with those seedlings and the grass that's germinating. You don't want to crush it or cause damage, and a lot of times heavy mowers, whether mechanical reel mowers or heavy rotary mowers, can cause some damage or ruts in the soft ground. A benefit of a manual reel mower in this scenario is, as I mentioned outside, it cuts the grass very cleanly like a pair of scissors, so it doesn't cause any stress or damage to the very fragile new grass. But also it's lightweight, anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds these manual reel mowers typically weigh. So it's not putting a lot of weight on the ground, so it's not crushing the grass or causing any damage to any fresh topsoil or newly leveled ground that you had seeded. Now after you get one or two mows in and the grass starts to better establish, then you can start using a rotary mower, or if you want to switch to your mechanical reel mower, you can do that as well. But one of the other benefits to call out that I forgot to earlier was with new seeding projects, a manual reel mower is going to be great for results to get that fresh cut while not damaging the grass. So first impressions are great. I love the reel mower so far. I'm really excited to get more use out of it and get the lawn adjusted to that type of cut. And I really hope that looking at the differences between a rotary and a reel mower are useful to you on your lawn. Drop a comment below. What are your thoughts? Do you have any questions? Till next time, I'll see you on the next video.